Hello, Mr. Go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello, I can hear you, Mr. Go.
Yeah.
How are you today? How are you and your family?
Oh, okay, good, fine. Yeah, thank you. How about you? Okay?
Bored.
Bored?
There's only so much you can sleep and so much you can eat.
Yeah.
So we are bored. I think I speak for most, if not all, of Singaporean.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Okay.
back to where we are is that it's already a certain fact that the government have dropped the ball. There are missteps with the foreign, the migrant workers dormitory have been broadcast all over the world, and we are in the worst light possible. What is your view about this?
I think it's a pure diligence and a dereliction of duties by the current ministers. That's Josephine Teo. Now, I've actually shown that in 2015, right, when Chuan Jin was the Minister for Labour or Manpower, he actually passed a bill that says that for the dormitory operators, they should have a certain criteria. They must have quarantine plan and hygiene for that dormitories before they can get the license. Now, we are supposed to have a commissioner to oversee all this is done. But up to now, we have not seen any legislation or rules being written. And enforcement is definitely not there. And back in 2019, if I'm not wrong, on the July, we actually have a measles outbreak. So we already know that these dormitories are very vulnerable to transmission of diseases. But they did nothing. Even though in February we have a first case, second case, third case, for the fifth case, they have not done anything to do the quarantine and to check on the dormitories, right?
The ministers were very robust in all the broadcasting, updating, and so on and so forth. And suddenly, over the past 10 days, they went silent. I mean, not even a word from them. What is the reason behind this?
Well, for last 10 days, I think they did. They actually announced that it's extension, right? The Prime Minister have actually announced his extension to July the 4th, the 1st of July. Now, are they hiding from their mistakes? That's number one. Now we see Josephine Teo doing a photo ad, packing goodies for the migrant workers. I think that's not what she's paid for, right? Her job is to maintain the dormitories are in order. I can tell you, we are going to have a problem. According to my intel, my information, the big dormitories are under control, but the smaller dormitories are the problem, because these pockets of dormitories are actually inside the community, very near to residents, and there's no measures to actually control the migrant workers from leaving the dormitories.
Minister Chan was present during the first national TV broadcast, but he was missing, was replaced by the DPM. What could be the underlying reason he did not appear on the second national TV broadcast? Because his first performance was bad, or what is the reason? Well, that you can fathom.
Well, it's not his performance per se. It's because of what he has said previously that is actually coming to haunt him, right? The international medias are laughing at us because of what he has said, even in closed doors. The Hong Kongers are actually laughing at us, right? They call us the Seng, the monkey country, right? Because he said, or monkey see, monkey do, so we are becoming a laughing stock. I think it's better for him to actually take a low profile, whatever it is, right? There are rumors that he's not well, but I hope he is not, right? All the best to him.
We have this general election, big bells and drums and everything rattling away before these few weeks, and suddenly everything again went silent. Why? Is it because the situation is out of control now?
Yes, the situation is out of control, especially for the dormitories. Right? We have not seen anything like this before. I can tell you they are scrambling to build they are trying to build shelters for patients from the dormitories. 10,000, 15,000 And even there's indication from Madam Ho Cheng, 38,000. Right? Is that going to be that bad? We need to know. And in fact, they are not being very honest with us with the figures. They did a sampling test. They said they have done a sampling test on the community. But they did not tell us what is the result of how many percentage are actually infected in the community. They didn't tell us. I bet it is quite bad, so much so that they decided to go for an extension of a lockdown.
We have Minister Shanmugam going down to the workers' dormitories and telling them about the bad news, the adverse news about their comrade who died in the hospital. He fell from height, so he says. We have never witnessed our Minister Shanmugam ever going down to a dormitory to talk to workers. Why this sudden change of attitude?
It is a joke. When I watched, I seen the photograph. Have you seen the photograph?
Yes, I had.
Yeah, he was standing right at the door while the migrant workers were sitting 5 meters, 10 meters away. What is he trying to show with Josephine Teo? Are they a plug? Are they some people that they you should stay away from? I think if you are sincere, right, do the due diligence. You have to do a photo ops, do a PR, whatever it is. Please don't do such thing. You are standing right at the door and you are talking to a group of people which is presumably well, you know. Okay, are we back now? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah,
Mr.
okay.
Goh. I think you are at fault. I think the opposition party in Singapore are not doing your job. Why are you staying at home? Shouldn't you be out and touching base with we citizens to better know our situation now?
I mean, that would be crazy, huh? We are supposed to be a leader, opinion leader, or whether a political leader. We are supposed to be an example for the people. If you are going to stay at home, stay at home. Even for a politician, because the virus doesn't have identification. Whether you are police, whether you are a politician, whether you are high political office holders, and they don't touch you. No, that's not how the virus works. So I mean, if we need to stay at home, we stay at home, right? If we don't need to go out, we don't need to go out.
But the news is saying that the member of parliaments and ministers should be given, we should cut them some slack because they must reach out to our people now.
No. That's rubbish. That's utter rubbish. You are not showing a good example. People may not, the auntie, uncles just see, oh, you can go out, why can't I? They are bored. They are very bored. For old people who are usually go to the coffee shop to drink coffees and chat with people. If they say that, oh, the ministers and the MPs can go around doing that, why can't I? No. We shouldn't have that imaging for misconception.
He said that a lot of member of public wrote to the government to say that we want to hang the flag. I've spoken to so many people in so many WhatsApp groups. I mean, what else can we do nowadays? We are talking in WeChat, WhatsApp. It seems that none of my friends, buddies, or even colleagues have ever said yes to that. Is this a diversionary tactic to what? So that the negligence, incompetence of the leaders are now is being united against a common enemy like the COVID-19, or what is it? What is it about this hanging of flag thing?
If we have a common enemy, that's the easiest thing that we should focus on. But the problem now is our enemy, or our problem is within us. It's the incompetency of the ministers. That is the problem we are having, right? So hanging flags will not stop the virus, right? We have two problems right now. One is the virus, and I believe staying at home, social distancing, can help us to fight the virus. The second thing is to keep ourselves sane. Psychologically and mentally, we must be sane. So instead of hanging flags or shouting at night, singing songs, no. Do your part, stay at home. If you are free, call your buddies, call your families, call your friends, talk to them. Use WhatsApp, use Skype, talk to them, and kill time, and make them sane. Don't let them go alone, right? That should be what we should be doing.
every update from the Ministry of Health daily, right? We always say that it seems there's this inclination to say that look, it's the foreign workers, the migrant workers, the dormitories where the high cases are. Okay, and we Singaporean, the local community is under control and so on and so forth. Why is that this segregation? Is it because of prejudice? Because they are of lower beings than we Singaporean? Why do we always have to segregate and separate the two of them?
Who brought them here? It's us. We need their services. And they are supposed to be part of our system because the system needs them. And now, when they face problem, we cannot say that it's their problem, it's not our problem, right? So I don't understand why they start to differentiate that. But yes, the dormitories, we can control them from leaking up and speeding up. That's good. But it doesn't mean that their problem is not our problem. It is our problem. Our system have to be reviewed. Whether we are going to be the same after this crisis is over. Whether our lives will be more dependent on foreign workers, the migrant workers, or are we going to invest in machineries to cut down our dependencies of migrant workers? I think our system have to be reviewed and revamped.
It has been said that productivity is the theme, is the favorite of the month, of the year, of the decade. Why is it that now, after all these years of singing the same tune with the old lyrics, we still have 1 million migrant workers in Singapore? We don't understand that.
I have been talking about this over the years. Our system is actually a system of modern slavery. We took the easier way out, the cheaper way out, and exploited cheap laborers from the third world countries. I think we should stop that. I have seen how advanced countries like Australia, Japan, how they work, right? For manual work, they actually innovate, and they very simple tool, you can do it. Very simple machinery can save a lot of labor. I think we should go into that direction.
We have saw a lot of internet, Facebook photos about migrant workers throwing away the food because it's not to their liking. The scent of the food is not right. They don't eat it. They just dump it away. And here on the other side, we have homeless Singaporeans digging into the dustbin during this pandemic to find food. What the hell is happening now?
I do not know how bad is the food because I love good food. So I have to taste first before I can comment about why they actually throw away the food, right? But cultural difference is a problem when you have a migrant workers. They come from very different, diverse background. And before we actually bring them in, we have to understand their cultural background also. Be it food, language, or religion, and the way of life, right? It is not easy that we just want them to do the dirty work and that's it, lock them up in the dormitories and all that.
Maybe they have inherited the complaining part, the characteristics of typical Singaporean. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe so. But I believe that it is always best for them to cook their own food because they know best what they want. They know best what they eat.
So, Mr. Guru, now what is going to happen before the 1st of June come along? What do you anticipate? What do you foresee will happen?
Now, I'm thinking it is very painful to actually have this extension, and it's a bit too early for the Prime Minister to decide to do the extension unless they know something that we do not know. They did not disclose all the information they have on hand, right? But by looking at the numbers, the local community outbreak is actually under control. Now we have to solve the problem of the dormitories, especially the smaller one. The bigger one, I think, is under control, although we might see a 80% infection rate, but there are ways to actually reconfigure it. But it's the smaller dormitories that is within our residential areas, right? Like Geylang, the shop houses, and the small industrial park. I think we have to be very mindful. They will be the hotspot of spreading, right? But having said that, by the data that we are looking, we should be fine by May, early May.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Guru. And the next time, I will call you. And because there are a lot of things that is puzzling we citizens. So we are looking to you to guide us along, and I'll call you again, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Goh.